Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Seablock series. Starting out this one, our plan is to make exactly 50 green science. And the reason for this is then we can unlock this science here, Advanced Ore Refining 1. And this allows us to get recipes that make it so that we can get iron, copper, lead, and tin just straight up. And we don't have to go through the annoying process like this where we get, stuff that we want and then other stuff that we don't want. Essentially we are going to have to do this for little. We're going to have to do these for little until we can get the tin and the lead for making that much science. In between episodes, like I said, I added 2 more power production stations here. And then I also changed our slag production so that we can, easily tile it next to each other and fit everything in this one section. So I also added just one small thing that actually makes charcoal here. And the reason for that is then we can save all of this for power and not have to worry about routing it down through all of these. But so these each make their own charcoal that get fed into the stations. But while I was waiting, just making sure that everything was stable for them, I did fill up quite a bit of backlog of mineral sludge. Also up here, obviously I didn't want to take things down until we had quite a bit, so I do have a backlog of our iron and our copper. But we're going to jump straight into trying to make enough of the tin and lead that we can make those 50 green science packs. So let's grab some of this. We're just going to make one of these for now. And then my plan is to alternate between the lead and then the tin to get what we want. So let's go look into this to see how much we actually need. Okay. So for 50 packs, that means we'll need 50 lead and then 50 tin plates, but we also need 110 wire. So let's look at that. Okay, so 110 wire. That would be 20 crafts of this, which means we would need another 80 tin. So we need 130 tin plates. Alright. So that would be it. 180 times times 4 divided by 3. Okay, so we need 180 tin ore, basically. Lead at least is easier, right? We just need 50 times 4 divided by 3. Okay, so we need 70 lead and then 180 tin ore. So taking that back to here, right? That means that we need 140 crushed rubite. Yeah, 140 crushed rubite, which means we need 140 rubite. So let's get this guy hooked up. Making rubite. Oh, just scoot that over one. There we go. So we're gonna have this guy making rubite until he has 170 of that. Or sorry, 140. In the meantime, we are gonna need 360 of our 1 for 10, and we need, aluminum, right? Okay. So this guy, because we need so much, I am just going to have 2 of these guys running it. Just seems prudent. Alright, there we go. So yeah, these guys will hopefully get up to that. I'm just gonna fast forward here. Alrighty. So as soon as it gets to 140, I'm breaking it. There we go. So we got 140 of that. Both of these need to reach 180. So let's speed that up a bit. Right, almost there for these. Nope, almost broke that one too early. There we go. So we have all of our bombonium and all of our rubite that we need. So next step is crushing it, and then putting it into the ore sorting facility. So I am just going to set these guys up here, and I am just going to do it like everything into a chest, because I don't want to have to really worry about oh yeah, I did figure out my mouse over construction. That's what that was. I was like, wait a second. So that helped me a lot when I was building all of the stacks down there, because I could print the blueprint and then just mouse over to construct everything, which was nice. I definitely recommend it for before you have construction bots. It makes things way easier. Once again, just going to speed up until these guys are done. Ooh, gonna take a while. Yeah, very thankful for this speed up mod. I would recommend that anybody who plays this uses it. I know some people might think it's a little cheaty or whatever, but it saves you so much time, because you could just sit here and then AFK until everything's done, but I mean, that's just tedious, right? And I speak from experience, because that is what I did the first time I played Seablock, and it just, like, it crushed my soul, man. It was not worth it. While that's going, I'm going to turn all of this crushed stone that I have into stone. Alright, and we're going to speed this up. Alrighty. So yeah, now I am going to do the same thing, but up here. And then we'll have 2 chests. Alright, change the recipe here to ammonium. We're going to need another chest feeding in with this stuff. Once again, speed this bad boy up. So an important thing, you know, to think about. Oh no, wait, what? Oh, okay. I was like, did I miscalculate? No. So we got 70 there and 180 there, which is exactly what we wanted. So we're all good with that. Our next stage now is to actually smelt that stuff, right? I don't think, let's see. I think I just calculated everything based off of a furnace. Yeah, I did. So that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is use these filtered furnaces. And the reason for that is you can set the recipe you want. So this one will only pull the tin. This one will only pull the lead. So we don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to grab charcoal. Each of these guys will get 200. What's this doing over here? Yeah, it's doing fine. I just have this kind of set up for my stone, but... Alright, let's speed up then. Yeah, every second that goes by on this 64 times speed is a minute. So, you really save time just doing that, right? Because what, that was probably like 5 seconds, so it would have been 5 minutes of just, you know, sitting there waiting for it. Okay. I am just going to put this stuff in here as junk for now. Oh, no. Wait, why do we have less lead plates than I thought we would? No, we have more than enough. We needed 50. That's right. Uh-oh, but we needed 180 tin. Oh, we needed 180 tin ore, but we needed 130 plates. That's right. Oh, we're probably just missing copper for that. I had to guess. Yeah, there we go. All right, 50. We do need to make... Oh, no. I forgot we need to make labs. So we're going to need a little more tin, it looks like. And then we need steel. Okay. Well, you guys know the process. I think I will probably just pause and then come back when I have the green science labs. Alrighty, welcome back. So that took me longer than I thought, and I'll kind of explain. So I didn't realize that, you know, for these labs I needed steel as well as green circuits. So I just did some really rough kind of creation of steel and then some of the electronic circuits. I'm not too worried about explaining everything that I did with those because once we actually automate them and make everything up and going, I'll give, you know, a better run through of all of that than what I would be able to give right now. So, short story, we have 50 green sites and we have 4 green labs. So it's time to start this research. And I am just going to zip through this on super speed. Alright, there we go. Cool. So, like I mentioned, this research was super important because now, when we go into here, you can see that we don't... Oh, no. Okay, this may have been a small lapse in judgment. It looks like I need circuits and steel to build these. Okay. So what'll probably happen is I will make one of these using... Oh, I also need clay bricks. Okay. So what I'll probably do then, if my plan keeps changing, is I will set up automation for clay bricks, and I'll just do that right now on camera with y'all. And after that, I will probably just off-screen make the 36 steel and then the 12 electronic circuits because... Or sorry, 60 steel and 12 electronic circuits. I didn't realize those were steel gears because it's boring. It's just watching me put down the crystallizer and then go through all the steps manually and ending up with a bunch of off products. So I don't know. It wouldn't be interesting to me as, you know, a viewer, so I wouldn't want to show it to you guys as a creator sort of deal. But yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. And the reason I'm coming over here is it's very thematic to do it over here. The clay bricks we get from lime, clay, and sand. We get lime from limestone. And we get all of those from these steps, yeah. So you see we get the washing fluid. So basically as we go down the line in here, we get the different ones, and each one corresponds to a different thing. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll be focusing on. So we need to get down to thin mud water. So that's this one here, so we need 4 steps. We don't need this 5th one to get saline water. So we just need the 4 steps. So let's get 2, 3, 4. We'll get those going. Let's get another one of these seafloor pumps and another offshore pump. I don't think we need it, but I'd rather we have both of these going at 100% rather than neither of them, rather than them like siphoning from each other. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Alrighty, let's get this going. 2, 3, and that fourth one's almost done. And then we are just going to, or wait, we don't even need a clarifier, do we? Yeah, we don't want a clarifier actually, because we want the process to stop at that last one, because then that means we're not venting anything that we're using. Alright, there we go. I think we can just, oh, not there. Let's go something like this. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just take this one to this vent. We're not using this stuff anymore. It was really just in the beginning that we were using it, so yeah. Okay. If we could, it would be nice to get it over there, but I don't think we'll be able to. Well, we'll have to deal with the mud anyways, so I think, oh yeah, wait, we could do this, can't we? We can move that power pole going there, and we can just bring this guy over here. There we go. Then we'll be venting out, or we'll be dealing with all that mud now. Okay. And yep, that's still good. We got all those. So now we need to do these in washing plants. So let's get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. And let's change this. Let's route this way. But yeah, then we should be able to just set up the washing plants here now. Let's see. So this one will be super easy. We'll do this one as our sands because we get the fluid there. Yeah. Is that not the right fluid? Then mud water. Then mud water. It is. Oh, it also needs water. That's why. It's like, wait a second. That's not working right. Okay, so we'll do this one as limestone, and then we need the light mud water, which I'm guessing is this. Yeah. So then we will bring this guy out, and then down, and then over. We're continuing that water down. Yeah, so these will probably fill up. Oh, I need to fill in that corner. Alright, and then this one here would be next. Okay. Then I'm just gonna drop this guy like right here because I can, and then just change how this goes. Alright, there we go. Let's get water coming in. This guy's making clay. Alright, so now all of these are getting produced. That's good. Now we just need to set it up so that we can get all of this out of here. And let's see here. That should be it. So now we should be able to go like this. Alright, and then we should be able to go like this. Oh yeah, I did research that lets us change the offset. So if I want to put it on this right side of the belt, I can just click here. It's very handy. But not really needed right now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we need a symboler. You know, I'm running out of space here, aren't I? Especially because... Okay, actually I want to change how I'm doing this, don't I? I think I do. I think changing this is our first step, actually. And we're going to have to do that I really did not make this easy on myself. Whoops. Alright, there we go. The thing is, I want all of these to be on their own belts. I don't need it, but I want it to be that way. Oh man, I trapped myself. There we go. So we got sand on there. Oh shoot, that doesn't even work, does it? Alright, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. Just for simplicity's sake, we produced too much of that. Okay, it's not too late for these guys. Okay, there we go. It's like, that's not good. Okay, there we go. So now we have one coming out. Okay, two. There. There we go, power that guy, and then we'll have this guy coming out like this. Then we'll have all three on different belts. And we'll be fine. Oh, and then here's a good opportunity for me to tell you what I was talking about. So now, because we have two, I can offset this one there, right? And then look at that. Now it's going to fill that whole belt. Alright, let's try to get rid of this if we can. So I don't want to have all the sand in my inventory. Slowly but surely. Fortunately, the belt's gonna fill up eventually. I'm gonna be stuck with one sand. I'm gonna be pissed. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh, I messed up there. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now... This doesn't even need to do that, but... this one, what we're gonna do is change it to drop there. We're gonna pick up that, put it there. Alright, then this one's going to drop here, offset there, pick up from there. And then there we go. So now we have belts going with them on both sides. Truth be told, I am just taking apart these, this windmill stuff. We don't need it. We have tons of power. And while we will use a good amount of that, once we have the like stacks that are making our mineral sludge going, I really don't think it'll be significant enough that we're gonna feel the windmills being gone. There's a chance we do, in which case I'll just put them back, but I mean, when you look at it, the windmills are producing like such a pitiful amount of our max capacity. They're producing like, I don't know. And I guess I did get rid of some of them, so I'm doing them somewhat wrong here, but they don't really do much. Alright. There we go. So now we got plenty of room down there. I think I'm just going to expand this up and then add the windmills here. Let's give this area a huge expansion. Why not? It's been overdue. It's the only area that hasn't gotten one since, like, you know, one of the first episodes. Those desert gardens right there, those are going to be important pretty soon. I'll show you why. It's because you can make... There's farming in this, so you can farm. Farming is one of the best ways to make power, actually. So let's see if we get... You can see on the right, you can see all the different seeds you can possibly get. Unifram, that's the one we want. So that's really good. That's the exact one we want, in fact. Once we have the basic farm and the seed extractor, we can basically farm these beans and it is like widely, you know, the best late game power. So nuclear is all good and fine, but you know, you have to actually make uranium, versus the farms are pretty easy. You can get basically everything you need just up it from water, so they're very, you know, self-contained. It's just like the algae, right, where you don't need to add anything. It just does its stuff, versus, you know, nuclear in Factorio, you have to do all the coveracts, you have to do all of that. So yeah, it's a process to get nuclear done. Oh, I should mention I made a bunch of random things that I needed to make the steel and all the other different things. So in my inventory, you can see the blast furnace, casting machine, induction furnace. You already saw the blast furnace, but these two you have to make to melt the ingots, and then to actually, you know, like form the material. I also have this electronics assembler, which some of these things you can only craft in those. You can't craft on yourself. So you see how these don't list any machine? It's because you can craft them anywhere. But these, you have to craft in the assembler, which isn't really a problem because it has the same crafting speed as you, right? Like, so assembly machines are 1, but the electronics one is, half. But these are 1, so it's not really like you're losing out, which is nice. Okay, so this stuff we need to put into a blast furnace. And that just means that we can get rid of this, because we need to bake it in here. So it's going to create carbon dioxide from this. However, we don't really care. I know we use it in some other things, but really it's not something that we need a whole lot of. Alrighty, get this going. Pick up there, drop there. I'm going to bias that to the bottom, so there we go. So we should have a full belt of that. I am now, so I know I had the charcoal going down here at one point. I'm now actually going to take it over here. That requires more killing of the solar, or wind, but that's okay. We're moving all of those up soon anyways. While we're down here... Oh, sorry. I have a little bit of allergies. But now that we're down here, we can just add that on. So that guy will get coal, or charcoal. That'll be nice. And then we don't have to worry about replenishing that chest that I was doing, which was inconvenient to say the least. There we go. So now we have lime. Alright, we have all of these now. I don't think we need that power pole. Alrighty. Let's go assembly machine here. And we are making bricks, or the unfired bricks, I should say. There we go. Alright, and then I think we have to put these into furnace. Okay, furnace. I was going to say a blast furnace, so glad I checked. Alright, let's go there, there. Alright, and then these bad boys are just going to go into a chest. In fact, I'm going to set up 2 because these things can be a bottleneck later. So it's nice to just have it going over time. You know, like I have the stone here, right? Like, I'm not worried about running out of stone. The infill, you go through pretty fast. So that one, you know, a bit of a hotter commodity. But yeah, let's move this stuff up. My end goal for this episode is still to get those tier 2 ore sorting facilities going. So I am probably going to, like I said, move this windmill stuff and then take a break to make all the steel and then return to... oh, this isn't connected to the grid. Or it probably was, and then I disconnected it when I took off all the power poles for the windmills. It's probably what happened. Okay, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 20, 120. 120 divided by 8. That's 40. No, that's way off. 120 divided by 8. That would be 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 5. I think that's 15. No, that's 16. Okay, well, delete that guy. Okay, so 15. That means that we have 5 going across. And that means we need 9 going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. And this should use up all of our windmills. Have them all be in nice, 3x3 kind of cells. If I got this wrong, then it is clearly a sign that I have not been sleeping enough. That's not aligned, is it? Let's run power for these guys first. And then it'll be easier. There we go. Alright, once again, let's run power for these. Oh. Alrighty, and now we're ready to run windmills. We're out perfectly. Alright, there we go. That's good stuff. So now let's put this in perspective here. These windmills are producing 1.8 megawatts. Over here we're producing 28.8 megawatts. So all of these windmills are doing, close to a 15th or like a 12th of like what all of those are doing. So yeah, don't really care too much about the windmills, but I guess it's nice to have the consistent power, not using up charcoal, so I'll be a little nicer to the windmills. But yeah, so we've got this going. I'll take a break to get the steel that we need for steel and the circuits we need for this ore sorting facility too. Then I should jump right back. Alrighty, I am back. We've got our 4 ore processing or ore sorting facilities here. So from there, I'm just going to go into planning this out. So it looks like we'll need 4 different recipes, right? So each of them requires 2 different ores. So I think that means I'm good with 8 crystallizers for those, but we also need to make this mineral catalyst, which requires another crystallizer. So that's 9 crystallizers total for these 4 recipes. So yeah, I think I will start getting these set up. But yeah, I think just doing these in a line is what we'll end up doing. And just connecting all of these guys together is probably what I want. A little more underground, that's okay, we'll do that. Maybe not that many. Okay. And it looks like I can do that and then scoot down. Oh no. Okay, I'm too high up, so I think I'll add a little gap. There we go. So we got 9 going there. do one for mineral sludge here. Or sorry, for the mineral catalyst here. And let's see. So how many different ores do we have? I think we have 4 different types. So sapphirite, gypolite, ceratite, chromium, rubite, bobonium. So no, we actually have 6. So I want to plan out 1, 2, 3, or oh, what I should do is just 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1 for each of the facilities, and then we have our catalyst, which goes down here. So that's our plan, is that each of these ore sorting facilities will have their own belts. Let's make a bunch of belts right now, but so we'll just go like that. Alright, there. This one I think we want 2 for, because it's doing the catalyst, which is used by all of them. I haven't done any math to see how much catalyst we'll need. The answer is hopefully, oh, that doesn't connect, I see. No. Okay, well, we'll, just put one on the far corner of each of these, and it'll be covered. Okay. Whoops. Not there, it goes there. We should just make this 1. Save out on belts. Okay, there we go. We'll have same thing going on here. Oh, I see. That's my problem now, though, is that... Oh, that's okay, because we can just do the thing that we do for offsets. That's all we need to do. Let's just grab that so we can get this going. So we'll have 1 going there, and the other going there. Okay. So now, we just need to go through and set up what each of these are. So for iron, we want sapphirite and gypolite. So sapphirite, we want gypolite. Okay, for this one, for copper, we want steratite and chromium. Okay. For lead, we want chromium and rubite. And then we want steratite and bobonium here. Okay. So that should be all of them. I'll just speed this up so we can get some belts going. Alright, there we go. Well, we have these guys all set up here. And then I will just expand out here. I think ideally what we do is we keep everything in this area. We try to get it all like encompassed within. So let's fill this in. But we try to keep it all within the height above here, in case, or sorry, above here, in case we need to add more stacks, which we probably will. There's really no reason for me to be leaving the gaps like I am. I think it just looks a little cooler. Yeah, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Go out to here. Oh, nice. So we'll get this whole island on here. Oh yeah, we got tons of stuff from these. That's good. So like I mentioned, you want to be able to farm, you know, a bunch of the things later. Really, actually, I guess there's really only like 2 that you want to farm. The rest doesn't really matter. But yeah. Alright, so that top guy is fine. Each of these bottom ones, though, are going to need to go into crushers. So we're going to need 8 crushers. Let's let's see, where are those guys? Yeah, here they are. So we're missing iron for that, but we need 8 of these. We already have 3, so we need 5 more. Oh, we're missing stone now. There we go. Get 5 of those crafting. And this won't be, you know, a fast production of any of these materials, but it should be at least, you know, production of all of them autonomously, and we can just store them all. We'll eventually, you know, start making a main bus, and we may wrap that around up there, and just keep expanded power vertically, maybe. Why isn't this one going? Uh-oh. It doesn't have enough CO2. Okay, so we should go back and fix that before I forget. And just give it a little starter. Because, yeah, I would rather fix that now than forget about it and then us run out of power thinking we could do more than we can. There we go. We'll drop all of this in. This guy should be fine now. CO2. So that should have been what was stopping it. Looks like it, yeah. Okay, cool. So this guy should be up and running. Let's make sure that it's, you know, actually producing. So let's speed up for a while. Let's see if we get results coming through. Looks like it. But I want to be sure. Yeah, there we go. It's backing up. That's good to see. Back up all the way, or did I miss something on this blueprint? Because there's also a chance I missed something that's, you know, causing it to not work how it should. Nope, it looks like it's fine. Okay, there we go. That's good. This guy should fill up now. Oh yeah, it's already full. That's good. Oh man. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think we can do vertical integration on this so we can stack up higher. And if we want to, we can wrap our main bus up that way. That's probably not the worst idea I've had. Okay, so let's see. Where is my bottom line? So I can't, or ideally I don't go past here. So I have everything else on top of that, which I think I can do fine. So I think what we're gonna do is there and there. We're going to pull everything in for these. And I'm gonna wait on assigning the recipe until I figure out which one's which. But yeah. Okay, so there we go. And then we'll filter out our crushed stone. There we go. So crushed stone will get filtered out. And I think the idea is that hopefully, words, what are my words trying to say? Hopefully, I think the goal is that we can merge all of the crushed stone. I think that is what I would want to do. So let's drop that there. I think my idea is the crushed stone will come up. We'll drop these down. We're going to need more of those. Okay, there we go. So this is the mouse over construction I was talking about. It's just so much more convenient having to go through, press Q on everything, and so on. So. Okay, there we go. Get these bad boys going. So that's 2 of them done. That's 3, and then 4 would be here, right? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm going about this wrong. Maybe it should be the other way. The stone. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I want it that way. So the stone will be the thing that, uh-oh, wait, what did I just do wrong? One. Oh, that's right. This one doesn't even need to go through here. So I think what I want is actually stone goes to the right. So we have all of our stone at the bottom down here now. Okay, so this is all the stone now. And I don't think we'll be producing more than a full belt's worth, but I guess we'll find out, right? Okay, and then we have this guy going up and around. I think our idea would be grab this guy, go there, go there. Actually, we can add a little spacing in these, which is nice. And I need to expand this out. Okay, and then go there. So now, okay, I need to make a bunch more of these. I made way too many undergrounds. The idea is we can pull this guy up like that. Just do that for all of these guys. And then we can route out the product another way. But that seems pretty clean to me. We will need a clarifier over here and a liquefier over here. Let's change how this is. It's probably going to be liquefier and then, oh, clarifier. Okay. I don't think we're going to miss that space, so. Go there. Get a water pump going. Oh, I passed. Nope, not that. There we go. These you can actually use on surfaces like this, but when you look at how much it produces a 20th. So it's like, would I rather use 20 of those or one of these and just plan around, you know, having a gap? And the answer is always one of these and plan around having a gap. Let's get this guy going. I'm trying to contemplate, it may be worth it to go like this just to make sure that we're not backing up here. So that should be pretty good. Okay. But I think that means that we're ready to start applying these guys with some juice. And very quickly drain our our storage here. Alright, so let's let this fill up for a bit. And see how much damage we're doing. Wait, we're actually keeping up. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Are we keeping up on power? Seems like it. Okay. So, let's see. This guy is dropping on the far side, so if we want to keep it similar, we want Bobmonium, and we want Stereotype. Okay. This one, we want Rubite, and then Chrontium. Okay, this one we want Chrontium, and then Stereotype. This one we want Givelite, and then Sapphirite. Alright, let's see. Do we ever have backing up problems? It doesn't look like anything's ever backing up. So that's good. Okay. So now, let's go. 1, 2. Oh, whoops, 2. 2. Power pole. Okay, so this guy is... Let's get all these guys powered. Okay. Get that going. That going. Oh man, I am out of inserters. I made like so many of these a while back. I remember I used to have like 300 in my inventory. I guess it shows you just how much they fly by, right? I actually don't want this there. I want it there, if I can. Okay. Alright, let's get one going into each of these. We don't need much for this guy, I don't think. Okay, and these guys are getting moved over. So I can power them. So if I can get power pole there. There we go. And then we can get these guys all feeding in. Okay, there we go. So this one's iron. This one's copper. This one's lead. And then this one's tin. So now we're making ore. Good stuff. Okay. So now that we're doing that, we want to work on routing all this out. And what I am planning is... this. Okay, so this guy will be here. This guy will be here. This one's going to be a little tricky to route, I think. This guy's here. Yeah, so what we're going to do is rotate these guys up, and then they won't interfere with the belting we want to do here. So, if I hadn't rotated that up, it would be feeding into here, and then we'd have it merging, which we don't want. Now, this, if I go get more iron and make more belts, we'll have all of the ore coming onto those belts. I'm honestly surprised we kept up with that. I thought we'd be like really in the red with how much we were doing, but guess not. I guess I did the math for one of them, and it said one would support 8, right? And I have 3 times that, so yeah, maybe maybe I overkilled these stacks for how much I'm doing here. Luckily, though, I think it would be pretty simple for me to just add more of these onto these same belts, but not something I'm thinking about right now. I kind of just want to get this working with what we got, and then we can scale up from there. Alright, there we go. So now, go out this way. We should have all of our ore on belts now, after we set up the inserters. Alright, there we go. And I think we actually want 4 going. Maybe not for now, but at least for later, it'll be nice to have more throughput going. So even if we're not keeping up with this now, if we're like emptying out faster than it's producing, I think I'd rather be prepared for future than not. Okay, there we go. So now we have all of our ore onto belts. So from here, I do need to do a little bit of thinking on this. There's quite a few things that I want to make and put onto a bus. Obviously, we want all of the different plates, right? We want all the different plates. I also want steel, I also want solder, and I also want bronze. So, For a lot of these, it's about forming ingots first and then separating those ingots in different ways. But that's something to think about. However, coming up at 55 minutes on this episode, so I'm thinking that this is a pretty good place to end it. Seeing all of the nice ore coming trickling in, us having a belt of them. So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. They should hopefully continue being daily, but I may miss a day or two just because I don't have time to record one. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. See you in the next one.